Coach Brandon Krause here. Got a cool drill for you today to help you learn and understand the range of your jab and the range that you can safely cover, the range that you can cover without losing your balance, and the importance of gaining that range and the importance of ultimately establishing your jab in the ring. So, you hear this term, this phrase brought up a lot in boxing when you watch it on TV. This fighter needs to establish his jab, or so-and-so is establishing their jab. What really are they talking about when they say that? Let me show you. Let's say this bag was my target, and let's say my extended lead hand represents all the range I can cover without losing my balance, using my jab, using my very longest shot, all right? So you notice that my extended jab out in front of me without losing my balance, meaning that I'm not in front of that lead knee. I'm not close enough to hit the bag, right? So what's going to happen here is if I start committing to my bigger punches, my power punches from this position that's too far away, well, I'm going to end up reaching in out of position, violating the rule I never want you to violate, which is going in front of that lead knee, and putting myself in a position to be countered or to be outdone because I am so out of balance, all right? Likewise, if I was too close for that jab, if my extended jab is too smothered for me to get off here, well, all my other shots are going to be smothered when I try to show them, when I try to throw them as well, all right? But look at this scenario. Let's say I had that on the perfect length of my extended jab. Well, the cool thing here is I can close my eyes and I can start letting my shots go. And I know I'm going to hit something because I have established that distance in which I want to throw my power punches from. I have established the distance using my jab. This drill that we're about to go over specifically helps you deal with the establishment of that perfect distance. So the drill that we're going to go over is what we call here in Outlaws the spear drill, all right? And welterweight professional fighter Jerry Bradford is going to help us demonstrate this drill. And I want you to utilize this drill on your own because it is such a great drill. I just went over what is that perfect distance, that Goldilocks place where my jab is extended, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to come out with my extended jab. This is going to be my spear, okay? Now with this extended jab and utilizing the movements of boxing, real boxing, I'm going to start shuffling into my opponent, Jerry Bradford, at this time. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to spear him with the tip of my knuckles. I'm going to try to establish my perfect jab distance, right? As we went over before, we saw that when I'm at my perfect jab distance, I know where to throw the rest of my power shots. So it's in my best interest to put somebody in that distance. Well, conversely, my opponent wants to avoid that distance at all costs, right? So my opponent wants to avoid getting in my perfect distance while trying to establish them in theirs, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to impale or stab my opponent with that extended spear, thus putting them at that perfect distance as my opponent works to negate that. Let's show him, Jay. So obviously we see here that my goal is to get him in that distance and his goal is the opposite. So we're both kind of competing for those differing goals here in the ring. But there's things happening in this drill that you're not seeing also. That extended jab is isometrically being put out there at this time when I'm the one with the spear in this drill. This is important for you to maintain with good technique as you're doing this, because with that good technique, with that effort of trying to keep that thing isometrically extended, you're going to be hammering in this good technique deep into your brain. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to be difficult halfway through that round, 3/4 through that round where your muscles are screaming, where you want to put that down, arm down and shake it out. But you fighting against that and you maintaining your good technique is what's going to hammer it in for when you're in a tough situation in a real competition and your muscles are screaming and you want to put your hands down, but you have ingrained what that perfect technique is as you throw your jab. So for an entire round, fighter A, which is me at this time, I'll be coming with my spear. Fighter B, let's stay away. And fighter B will be trying to utilize defense, movements, and ring generalship in order to prevent me from getting in that perfect stance. The one with the spear, be aggressive, all right? It doesn't do anybody any good if we do some shit like this. You have to constantly be on the push to give fighter B, the one that's trying to work on their defense, the one that's trying to work on their ring generalship, something to actually work with. Also, like I said, don't do some shit like this where you're just totally abandoning your boxing, just kind of stepping with your feet, having your hands down, having your chin up, because when push comes to shove, this is the technique you're going to be teaching yourself. Typically in the ring, we'll do this 2 rounds each, 3 rounds each, switching each round in order to give your arm a chance to recuperate from that 3 minutes of extension, which I'm telling you is going to be difficult. But you can design this to have any time frame that you wish that kind of matches your goals, all right? So anyways, hope you guys like this, the spear drill, and like and subscribe.